Well, hello internet world, how's everyone doing today? Alright, so I got my good buddy Roomba J7, and you may have known it has the active POO Avoidance. Ooh, wow. I don't think I washed this thing. Let me check in here. Oh, okay. Yeah, this thing's been left in here. I don't know how it got there. But yes, in this video, we're gonna see how well the Roomba J7 avoids poo. I'm gonna have this fake sausage looking poo thing. And I'm gonna do a little bit different challenge. I'm gonna do different lighting conditions. I'm gonna see if it avoids it on carpet, hardwood floors. Also, I'm gonna cut them up, like maybe if you have a rabbit, like to spray around small little pellets. Well, I'll simulate that as well. So let's see how well the Roomba J7 does in this test. Stick around, it's gonna be an interesting challenge. So hold on 1 second. I might as well just put this back in here. Yep, good storage spot for my link sausage when I get hungry. Okay, so the first thing I want to test is see how aggressive the robot is. I did place the poo in a way where the robot can technically go around it without bumping into it. Now, I have tested this like with the S6 Max V, the Ecovacs T8 Plus, and they're a little too aggressive where they actually will hit the poo with the sidebars since they try to get too close to the poo. So, I actually think the J7 did a pretty good job to try not to go around the poo. Alright, so next I kind of spread the poo out a little bit more, or the sausage links, and you can see that the J7 is a little bit conservative, so it's not going to try to go in between it where other robot vacuums will, but if it's too aggressive, again, it may occasionally hit the poo. So this system's not foolproof. In my testings, it did manage to hit the third link, as you can see. Not sure why, because it did indicate it saw it, but you can see it kind of gave up and just ran over it towards the end of this challenge. Okay, let's see how well the dynamic test does. So I place a piece in front of it as it's moving along, and the robot did a good job kind of seeing it and then avoiding it. Okay, so I placed a couple pieces along the edges just to see how well it does. I have one in the corner, one towards the door, up along that lip there, and also one towards the banister. So this is a particularly tough challenge just because that one towards the back there is up against the lip, so it's kind of hard to distinguish between the door still and the actual sausage link, but the J7 did a pretty good job. It seems like it has a very wide field of range, so it's able to see the poo on the left and right side of the robot. Okay, so one interesting thing is the J7 has 3 different light levels: off, low, and high. So what this does is allows the robot vacuum to see the QR code when it docks. Also in low light conditions, it can brighten up its LED lights so the camera can actively work and avoid obstacles. Okay, next we're gonna put some smaller pieces. So if you have like a rabbit that likes to leave pellets down, well, you can see how well the J7 does. Now, I was surprised how well it was able to see these smaller pieces. So the camera recognition is very good, probably better than like a laser system where it has to be a certain height and a certain object. I think I tested the 360S10, which can test objects around 2 inches in diameter, where this can test objects in less than an inch in diameter. So right now, the J7 is probably one of the best robot vacuums to actively avoid poo, and it's had a 99% success rate, so I'm pretty impressed with the J7 so far. Okay, so my next challenge is to see how well the J7 can actively avoid the poo, so I told it to go to the laundry room, but it's smarter than I thought it was and decided to take an alternate path. I guess it decided that this challenge is stupid and it doesn't need to try to do this challenge. Of course, I was able to bribe the J7. I said, look, if you're able to complete this obstacle challenge without any problems, I will put the roadblock away and never use it again. And just as a backup, I did close the doors so the J7 didn't try to escape again. Well, what do you think about the J7 so far? How well is it doing? Well, give the J7 a big old thumbs up. He really is trying his best to complete these challenges. I know these challenges are very tough and they're not the most realistic, but it just kind of showcase their capabilities. Okay, so the last challenge is to see how well the J7 can actively avoid the objects in the low light conditions. So my laundry room is kind of dark, and you can see the J7 has no issues, has its own little LED, and again, it can change brightness when it needs to be. You can see that blue indicator representing that it saw the object and it's going to actively go around it. So later down the road, iRobot will push updates to allow it to avoid more objects like bathroom scales, maybe shoestrings, power cables, etc, etc. Okay, I completely shut the door so there's no light, and you can see the J7 had no issues. That blue indicator represents that seeing the object, so I'm pretty impressed with the low light performance and also in complete darkness. Okay, let's go ahead and give you my final thoughts and I'll give you the scoring. So for the first challenge where I put the 3 sausage links close to each other, it achieved 100% and actually went around it. Now for the second challenge where I put all 3 kind of spread apart, it achieved a 77% since it hit the last one. So for the sausage links that were up against the wall and edges, it achieved 100%, did not hit any of them. Also, when I cut the sausage links up, it achieved 100%, did not hit any of the pieces. So finally for the obstacle challenge, as the robot vacuum was navigating to a target point, again achieved 100%, did not hit any sausage links, and lastly, in low light and dark conditions, it achieved 100%, none of the sausage links moved or were touched. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you like it. Again, like and subscribe, and stay tuned. I got a lot of great products, a lot of head-to-head challenges. Well, I better clean up this mess before the wife gets home, because I gotta hide the evidence. She cannot know that I'm using her sausage links for this video. Keep it a secret, guys. Don't tell my wife I'm doing this.